After the war, Danson and some relatives started a bus company, christened Kameme Bus Service. Danson is my father, Danson Kiundi Yambo. The buses would ply the routes between Makueni, Emali, and other parts of Machakos district. The company would eventually collapse after the accident of the last of the buses at Andia River near Mwanyani Market in 1966. Meanwhile, Danson had also established a shop in Mwanyani after he came back from the war in the mid-40s. He later opened another shop in Matiliku for his younger brother Mutisia, who was then working in the catering department of the East African Railways and Harbors. Still much later, he opened another shop at Mwanyani for his other younger brother Mwange, who was working in Mombasa at the time. Chavi, Kiundi's immediate follower, was a trained craftsman and was instrumental in the construction of roads and the low-lying bridges that cross many of the rivers in Machakos. In Chavi's work team was Musi Nzinga, the father of my mother-in-law, Joyce Katamu. Incidentally, Chavi means a quality inspector, which was a highly respected position in the railway work gangs that maintained the railway line. Danson was a lay preacher, as well as the leader of a team comprising Samuel Samson Mwangela Kimei, Julius Koti Kiunga, and a few other like-minded locals who championed the establishment of an inland mission church at Kisani. This heralded the establishment of a school in the same place. Upon return from the war, Kiundi seems to have backslid from Christianity and got married to a second wife called Nzeli. But the short-lived relationship did not bring forth any offspring. He also seems to have taken to drinking alcohol, and in one drinking session, he kicked Mavuti, a younger brother to Lati Muli, in the stomach. The kick was so devastating because Kiundi was wearing army boots. Unfortunately, Mavuti subsequently died, and the Ombethoka Katemi clan that had to pay Maambo, as this kind of compensation was called, to Mavuti's Akitutu clan. After which Kiundi never touched alcohol. Established a classroom in his house complete with a blackboard on which he would teach his wife's sisters and his brothers' wives to read and write. In line with his pastoral duties and possibly to attend some training, he went to Kijabe in the late 40s. It is here that he came face to face with the agitation for independence from British colonial rule that was then gaining currency in many parts of Central and Rift Valley provinces. In 1952, a former colonial army motorboat operator, Simeon Musyoki Kivati, replaced William Muya as chief of the restive Mbitini location. Muya was suspected of being a Mau Mau sympathizer and may have taken the oath himself. One of the main tasks of the Wamunyo board Kivati when he was appointed chief was to stop a pipeline of hijacked valuables from train wagons offloaded by Mau Mau freedom fighters at Tungulai between Masimba and the Mali railway stations. There's a very steep hill which slowed the train down considerably, enabling the fighters to climb on board, break into the wagons, and offload valuables, mostly armaments and army rations.